Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, we'll learn about Chinese remainder theorem. Okay, so this theorem actually says how we can solve simultaneous linear congruence equation with different moduli. For example, x congruence to 1 modulo 3, x congruence to 2 modulo 5. So how we can solve this kind of equation? We actually use Chinese remainder theorem. And the name came from the Chinese mathematician Sun Zi. Okay, in 3rd century basically. Actually, he discovered this theorem. Okay, so the statement says that suppose M1, M2, Mn are pairwise relatively prime. That is, if we take any two of M1 and M2, their GCD will be 1. Okay, then this simultaneous equation have a common solution modulo this modulo m1 m2 up to m. So to solve this, we have certain assumptions, not assumptions. We actually get this point from the proof of the theorem. Okay. So this, what is this pk? Pk is the product of m's. Okay, m1 m2 mn up to mn with mk is omitted. That means we actually multiply this to actually find the product up to mn and divide the mn and divide the kth term. This is pk, and this skpk is congruent to 1 modulo mk. Oh, this is an important result, and hence we found this x from this formula. If they are okay, so we have a1 a2 up to an from the question. You can find p1 p2 up to pn from this formula, and s1 s2 up to sn from this formula. Okay, so let's do example. Okay, suppose we have two examples. We have two congruence equations, that is x congruence to 2 modulo 4 and x congruence to 7 modulo 9. So here a1 is 2, here a1 is 2 and a2 is 7. So the first part is clear. Now we have p1, we have to find p1 p2. So p1 is m1, here 2 m1 and m2, m1 into m2 by m1 faster. So this is m2, which is 9, and p2 is m1 m2 by p2. 2 means we divide 2 m2, so this is p1, that is 4. Now we found s1 and s2, so it is clear that we have formula that pksk congruence to 1 modulo mk. That means we have two situations here for s1 and s2. That is, for one, p1 s1 is 1 modulo m1. That means p1 is 9 s1 is congruence to 1 modulo m1 is 4. So, and another is p2s2 congruence to 1 modulo m2. That is, p2s2 means 4s2 congruence to 1 modulo 9. So it is clear that if when 9 is divided by 4, okay, 9 is divided by 4, the remainder will be 1. So 9 is actually 1 modulo 4. That means when 9 is divided by 4, the remainder will be 1. So comparing these two results, we find s1 as so 9 s1 is congruent to 1 modulo 4 and 9 is congruent to 1 modulo 4. That means s1 equals to 1. And from here 4. So if you multiply 4 s2, p2 is 4, s2 is congruence to 1 modulo. Okay. So if we multiply 3, 4, 5, 5. We multiply 5, that is 20. You know 20. If you multiply 4 into 5, okay, which congruence to which is 20, and 20 when divided by 9, 9, 4 into 5, 9, 4 into 5, 6, 7, 28, 28. When you multiply 4 with 7, okay, that is 28, which is congruence to, which is when 28 is divided by 9, it keeps remainder 1. So 28 is 1 modulo. So comparing these two equations, we get s2 equals to 4, 7, so s2 equals to 7. Hence our x becomes a1 p1 s1 plus a2 p2 s2. So a1 is 2 into p2 is 4, sorry, p1 is 9, s1 is 1 plus a2 is 7, p2 is 4 into s2 is 7. So this will be 18 plus 49 into 4, 160, and 36, 196. So this will be 4. Mark those here. 2. So this is the answer. Okay, this is the common answer of these two equations. So that means 214 divided by 4, it keeps remainder 2, and 214 divided by 9, it keeps remainder 7. Now we have another example. Here x is congruence to 3 modulo 4, x is congruence to 1 modulo 5, and x is congruence to 2 modulo. So here a1 is 3, a2 is 1, and a3 is 2. Now we have to find p1. Okay, p1 is multiply, we actually multiply m1, m2, m3 and divided m1. That means 4 into 5 into 3 and divided by m1. That is 15. Similarly, p2 will be 4 into 5 into 3 divided by 5, that is 12, and for p3, that is 4 into 5 into 3 divided by 3, that is 20. Now we have to find s1, s2 and s3. So in that case we have three situations, that p1 s1 is congruence to 1 modulo m1. p1 s1 means 15 s1 congruence to 1 modulo m1. m1 means 4. Similarly, p2 s2, that means 12 s2 congruence to 1 modulo 5, and in third case 20 s3 congruence to 1 modulo. So when we see this 15 is actually 3 modulo 4. Okay, when 15 divided by 4, it keeps remainder 3. So when 30 is divided by 4, it gives remainder 2, because 4 7s are 28, and when 15 into 3, that is 45. 45 divided by 4, it gives remainder 1. So here it is clear that 15 into 3 is congruent to 1 modulo 4. That means S1 is equals to 3. Similarly, in second case, 12 is actually congruent to 2 modulo 5. That means when 12 is divided by 5, it gives remainder 2. But here also, when 12 twos are 24, when 24 divided by 5, it gives remainder 4. But when 12 threes are 36 divided by 5, it gives remainder 1. So 12 threes are 36, which is congruent to 1 modulo. That means S2 equals to 3. In third case, you know 20 is 2 modulo 3 because 20 is divided by 3, it gives remainder 2. But when 22s are 40 divided by 3, it gives remainder 1. So 22s are 40, which gives remainder 1 divided by 3. So S3 equals to 2. Hence our X become P1 S1, A1 P1 S1, A2 P2 S2, A2 A3 P3 S3. A1 means 3 into P1 is 15 into 3 S1 3 plus A2 is 1, P2 is 12, S2 is 3, and third one is A3 is 2, P3 is 20, and S3 is 2. So that will be 9, 15 and 9 are 135 plus 12 3 are 36 plus 2 2s are 4 VT. So this will be 1 0 6 5 1 1 9 12 15 and this is the answer. So this is all about our today's video. So if you enjoy the video, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. Okay, thank you.